Have a quick chat with you about what your experience has been. I understand you've been on the programme for how long now?
Just coming up to 6 months.
Great, that's wonderful. And now, so Dan, 6 months ago, up till 6 months ago, tell us what life was like. What was life like at school?
If I could get him there, he was not really learning anything. He wasn't communicating with anybody.
No, because I was fighting generally because I couldn't work out why they weren't playing with me and wouldn't let me join.
That's right.
Yeah.
Couldn't write properly. His maths was atrocious. He wasn't
I used
reading
to
very
write
well.
really big, so I filled up the whole page.
And was it an emotionally difficult time?
Very.
Yes.
He used to come home crying most of the time,
Yeah.
didn't you? Didn't want to go to school, didn't want to do his reading, didn't want to do homework.
Begging to be taught
So,
at home.
Yeah, wanted homeschooling, was wrecking the house every day. Him and his sister were constantly fighting, weren't you?
And yet, Sue, could you see underneath that he clearly is very intelligent?
Yes, he asked all the right questions, and when you gave him explanations he could repeat them verbally and explain it to someone else, but couldn't take anything in writing or put it in writing for anybody.
So what's the worst moment you remember, Claire, before you discovered the programme?
Well, I remember.
Which one would you say?
I'd probably say when I'm being bullied. I think that was the worst time.
When you were
Yeah.
wrecking the house?
Yeah.
Because you were so angry after school.
Yeah.
And was there medication?
He was on risperidone
To help me calm down and
Yeah.
black out.
and sleeping tablets.
Yeah.
But you were having nightmares all the time as well, weren't
I
you?
don't know.
No, no more sleepwalking
So-
either.
So you started the programme about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Well, did it seem a very strange thing to be doing exercises to tackle these symptoms?
Yeah. Because we usually forget.
No, the idea of doing exercises. I'd actually spoken to an aunt who's a medical consultant who was very sceptical but said try anything. And it happened very quickly with you, didn't it?
8
The
days.
physical changes were very fast.
So 8 days is untypically fast. Most take a few weeks, sometimes a few months. So what actually happened for you though in 8 days?
Well, the week before we came to Dore, we all went to Daventry Country Park, didn't we?
Yeah,
You
with
tried the
my-
balance beam.
With my friend, and I kept falling on my bum.
You did, yes.
Barely put my foot on the second, I just kept falling.
After 8 days, we went back to the park and he did the balance beam, forwards and backwards.
Yeah, but remember when I went to Daneil Country Park, I fell and hurt.
Yes, you did. Yes, you hurt yourself. Yeah.
Oh,
Because you could put one foot on the balance beam but couldn't lift the other foot up to walk it. But
No,
within
I
8
could-
days you
I
did.
so
could,
tell us some of the other things that's happened since, Dan. What's the most important thing for you that's happened since you started the Dore programme?
There's a lot of things, aren't there?
What's the best thing?
my electric scooter.
Yeah. You can ride your
Because I
scooter
can go
now.
8 miles per hour on that.
You can. You go
And
really
reading.
fast.
And what's happened with reading, Sue?
I'm just picking up the words and word building and
He's a book
picking it
addict.
up.
So you've gone from being...
Practically illiterate, struggling through the reading scheme 18 months behind, to reading practically anything he picks up.
But I'm now 3 months.
Behind.
No, I'm 3 months ahead.
He'll read a normal adult's newspaper, he reads textbooks on birds and animals. His favourite book is Grey's Anatomy.
No, it's not. No, that's
any-
not my favourite pub, you nitwit.
That's when you
Any
take it
book
to
on
school.
animals,
Any
isn't
book-
it?
Yeah.
He loves Grey's Anatomy, he always nicks it off the doctor's shelf when we
And
go
Steve
in.
Further.
Well, he'll read anything now.
What's happened about school life now, Claire?
You're reading much better. We don't have a fight to do homework. Homework is done and handed in on time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Easier.
done and handed in the next day, so I'm always handing it in early.
But when the teacher gives him his homework, he comes home and remembers the homework, so he's able to do it, whereas before the teacher would stand in front of him and say, this is your homework. By the time he'd walked out the door, he'd forgotten what it was,
And by the
had
time
written it down but couldn't read it, so
and
we
by
get
the-
home and can't do it anyway.
and by the time it's bedtime, I'll say, oh no, I forgot to do my homework.
And what about medication now?
There isn't any.
So
Well, we
all
do
the medication
have
has stopped.
medication,
He's,
but
he's
we
actually
don't
had a
take
physical
it.
problem. He had septic arthritis, which is obviously not linked to this a few months back, so that set him back a lot. Obviously, quite a painful, slow thing to get over.
But the medication
But
for sleeping...
nothing for
No
this.
risperidone, no sleeping tablets, and there's no sleepwalking now, no nightmares. doing really well now, aren't you?
Yeah.
So has it been
That's
worth doing those exercises twice a day?
Yeah. I'd do them for another year.
Well, you know, it will take a few more months to complete the process, and you know, thank you very much for sharing that story. What's your final comment, Dan? What would you say to anybody else that is still struggling like you were last year?
Do you think they should come here?
Well, it does work.
Good answer, mate.